Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome to Man, I Just Wanna Go Home. Thank you to the developer for the code. Let's dive in. I was drawn to the art style, the very paint, literal paint, Microsoft Paint art style here. Let's dive in. The gray October skies vomited another bucket of rain on the last tram moving away into the wet innards of the city. You missed this one too, huh? You think to yourself as you retreat deeper into the useless hood of your soaked-through jacket, muttering half-coherent curses and reaching into the pocket for the blank, dead rectangle of your ancient cell phone. You thumb your thumb against the matte black screen disappointedly. Even if you had ordered the taxi, you wouldn't be able to pay for it thanks to your last client who deemed your service too low grade for his money. Stupid low-income... Through the static of the rain, your eyes catch a greenish reflection from the neon sign of the coffee shop flat. You start trudging slowly toward it like some wet, depressed silk moth, sloshing the soup from your socks in your cheap sneakers with each new step. There's no need to hurry. It's impossible to get any wetter than soaking. The door gives way surprisingly easy, and you stumble into the well-lit, empty room, the shopkeeper's bell ringing feverishly. A barista swiftly raises her head from a worn-out paperback and says, with a tinge of disappointment in her voice, "Good evening. Hello, a double Americano, please? Just a minute." While she operates the outrageously outdated coffee machine, you hang up your waterlogged jacket and settle your damp carcass on the bar stool near the heater. Wonder if she'll be okay with me hanging my socks over it? Well, smell my feet after a whole day of walking and meeting the most insufferable people in the city will probably make this place uninhabitable. I think I can at least take off my sneakers and put my feet directly over the heater. Ugh, I hope their ventilation works. Fear of being judged gives way to the fear of getting sick and makes you press your cold, fishy soles against the dusty metal of the heater. Oh yeah, that's better. Much better. Barista brings you an Americano, side-eyeing your barstool heater situation. Some weather, huh? You don't say. I haven't seen a flood like this since... ever. You ain't from around here, are you? Is it that obvious? Nah, you just look like a delivery guy. Smell like one, too. Oh, if you're talking about me frying my feet on the heater, I can... She smiles disarmingly. Nah, man, just playing with you. It's just a figure of speech. You can fire your feet all you want. As you might notice, business ain't going so great today. Only frogs go to coffee shops in this weather. Yeah, I hate them. They never tip. Wait until you meet a human. She smiles once more, blinding with her perfectly white teeth. Doesn't she drink coffee in a coffee shop? And extends her hand to you. Name's Rita. I'm blank. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Rennie. Nice to meet you, I guess. Just fill in your name. Heater feels nice too, doesn't it? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to my reading and you can get back to whatever you're up to. Call me if you need anything. Wait, by any chance, do you have a mini USB charger? Mini USB? That's a blast from the past. I'm old-fashioned that way. Some people confuse it with poverty, though. What can you do? Some people just lack perception, but I haven't seen... have to disappoint you. I ain't seen a mini USB since like 2006. I've seen one recently because I have a PS3. Yeah, that's okay. I need to start keeping up with the times. Rita leaves you alone with waves of warm bliss rolling through your body from the heater and upwards. The rhythmic powder of the rain is frantically reflected inside your brain, adding weight to your eyelids with each new drop. Coffee should invigorate you, but it only adds gels to the heat balance of your comfort. Your eyes finally give in. Rita's ringtone wrangles you from sleep, and you desperately cling to the table, trying to balance yourself on the stilts of a bar stool. Yes? Oh, Tara, really? Where's I'm on shift? Where else would I be? I'll come. Don't worry. I just need to find my swimsuit. That's all. Rita comes over from the counter and touches your shoulder. Listen, Rennie, I don't want to impose on you or anything, but you seeing But seeing as you're so cozy in here, how about you just keep sitting in the chair while I quickly run across the street to give my neighbor my set of keys? It'll take 15 minutes max. That alright with you? What if someone comes? That would be a miracle. What if I'm not the man you think I am and I rob you blindly? Good luck robbing an empty register. Agree to proposal and keep sitting in the warm coffee shop. Rita smiles confidingly, opens her umbrella, and slithers out into the street. The shopkeeper's bell rings softly before falling silent, leaving you alone with the sound of rain and the gentle hum of the refrigerator. You shrug, pull the wet socks off your feet with a squelch, and place them on the heater to dry. Then, with a quick glance, you notice a stack of paper napkins on the table across the room, which you hastily grab and stuff inside your sneakers in a futile attempt to soak up at least some of the moisture. You finish your double Americano with one big gulp. To your surprise, a shimmering cloud of anxiety starts forming 2 inches below your solar plexus. But why? It's the coffee. I hate coffee. Why did I even order it? The rain grows stronger. The forms that the coffee shop is comprised of start to tremble, to grow disproportionate, with faint specks of light scattered across its numerous surfaces. A pile of cups on top of an ancient coffee machine gazes back blankly at you. You lock your eyes on it and jump from the sound of the bell cutting through the stale air. A rumpled middle-aged man wearing a soaking white trench coat staggered into the coffee shop. This store does not adhere to fire safety standards. Good evening, sir. Pour me a glass of water, boy. He croaks and materializes 20 marks. 20? Your hand grabs it way before your brain starts calculating the ethical side of such an action. 20. It's 4 subway rides, 2 packs of cigarettes. It's still not enough to get a taxi, but I'm not little Lord Fauntleroy. Unceremoniously, you stuff your feet inside the mushy, napkin-lined sneakers and limp towards the sink with the finesse of an ex-paraplegic on high heels. There you grab the first sort of clean tumbler, fill it from the tap, and give it to the man. His trembling hand grabs the glass, pelicanly empties it into his throat, thumps it on the counter. Then he gives you a long, piercing look with his blue eyes shining in the center of the life-drained face. You don't work here. I'm substituting for my friend. Stare drills a sense of discomfort into you. Why do his hands tremble so much? An alcoholic, but he doesn't have a bloated face or any signs of bad blood circulation. Maybe it's Parkinson's, but... Don't forget to share the tips, he said, then turned around so swiftly that droplets from his trench rained all over the coffee shop. He bolted out the door, causing the bell to rattle metallically. You exhale and look at the counter to find a thick wallet laying near the empty tumbler. A wallet of a stranger who's willing to pay 20 marks for a glass of water. Run after him. You shake your head disappointingly, remove the moist lumps of paper from your sneakers, put on the disgustingly wet jacket, and run outside, pondering the vastness of your soul and the dizzying height of your moral stance. A gray silhouette is quickly moving down the street into the rain. You run, and occasionally you shout something like, "Sir, your wallet, man!" The words dissipate into the rain without ever catching his attention. Tough jerk, you think, full of kindness and humility. After a couple of blocks, the silhouette takes a sharp turn into the shabby alleyway between 2 worn-out red brick buildings. You pick up the pace. The first thing you see in the alleyway is a flash revealing a limp body of a man in a striped jacket. Oh, I got an achievement. Then you focus on the shape of another man, flickering through a sheet of rain, holding something black and heavy in his hand. The sound of the shot ricochets from a myriad of raindrops and pierces you. Your stomach lurches up to your throat and you scream involuntarily. The stranger turns toward you, his lips moving, but you can't make out any words. Another flash blinds you. Something warm is seeping out into your chest. The wet asphalt crashes into your face with the whole devastating mass of its shining roughness. Why is my shirt so sticky? You didn't make it home. Okay, so... Agree. Keep the wallet. Did you finally catch a break? Did the mind-numbing sequence of failures finally lead you to a wallet with the 20,000 marks? Really? That much? Emotions flood you. Not a single one of them is noble, but you giggle caustically and glance around looking for cameras. Well, either the coffee shop flat holds the privacy of its customers in high regard, or it just hides the contrary really well. So I didn't inspect the contents of the wallet more thoroughly. In the card section, there's a security pass issued to the name of Hans Luge, the head of security of Unrestricted Tech Solutions LLC. Jesus, he really does look like a head of security, probably an ex-cop or something. Beside the pass, you see a half-faded VIP card from the Casino Titanic. I guess none of us are above sin. With a bit of effort, you squeeze the wallet into the tight pocket of your jeans. It's safer this way. After some consideration, you rinse the tumbler and put it back exactly where it was. What if he comes back? This thought makes your breathing faster. A cloud of anxiety reminds you of its presence in your chest. You bend down a bit too quickly and remove the slimy lumps of paper from your still not even close to being dry shoes. You rush towards the heater, put your wet but warm socks over your feet, and holy shit! Yells Rita as she runs inside the coffee shop. You freeze as caught red-handed pulsates in your head, your breathing almost coming to a halt. Rita shakes a gallon of water off her umbrella and looks at you with a genuine concern. Did you really try to rob the place? Save it. Okay, it's just a quick save. Prove the world that you're nobility and leave Rita the wallet, hoping that a creepy quasi-old man would come to collect it. Well, that's a really peculiar little crowd. She mutters as she puts the security pass back into the wallet. Your right eye twitches. You can keep the 20. I have no claims on the 20. You breathe a sigh of relief. She notices and chuckles understandingly. What? Despite the rain, your pocket's still dry? In every sense but the literal. Where do you live? What kind of question is that? Very normal one for a person who wants to order you a taxi home. And pay for it too, don't worry. Give her the address. I live at 12 Zampano Street, apartment. Do you think the taxi's gonna drive you straight to your door? You don't know how tiny this taxi is. Okay, I'll ask the driver the dimensions. She pulls out her phone to finally order a ride. You shift your weight inside your wet shoes and think about the damp mess of today's events. Why was that man, that Hans, so suspicious? Who the hell carries 20 grand in cash in his wallet? What's wrong with your bladder, actually? It's about to blow up. You zip to the bathroom with a grimace that one shouldn't try at home. 3 minutes later, you casually walk out, drying your hands on your jeans. Your carriage awaits you, sir. Thanks, Rita. See you around. Raise 2 fingers to the ceiling and ding a brass bell on your way out. As you step outside, you are met with a glass of water in your face. A murky taxi driver with a mustache and a post-acne uneven skin doesn't pay any attention to your attempts to find a comfortable sitting position in the back. His headlights, muffled by the rain, only illuminate a meter of the road ahead, sentencing the car to a crawl at about 15 miles per hour. About half a mile down the street, you hear a soft thud of a body. The driver frantically pushes the brakes, halting the screeching carcass of his car. A trench coat, wearing shape, opens the door and throws the driver out into the rain. Stare down the barrel of his gun with the intensity of a soon-to-be slaughtered chicken. Hello again. You swallow some bile that rushed into your mouth as Hans assumes the driver's position at the wheel and states casually, I'm not a killer, boy. Of course I believe you, Hans. Wait, what? How do you know my name? Not a killer twists his torso and once again acquaints you with his weapon. Did Toivo send you? Or was it someone on Koji's side? Who are you, kid? Start talking. He barks abruptly. You left your wallet in the coffee shop. Start wriggling in the backseat, trying to pull his wallet out of your pants. A muzzle flash leaves a small hole in your forehead as your brains splatter the rear windshield. You don't hear the bang. He didn't make it home. quick save. Okay, there we go. It's 20 grand. Tell Rita about the creepy strange but so shush about the wallet. Yeah, I tried to steal the heater. Unfortunately, it's bolted too tight. Huh. Yeah, I feel you, but my teeth are chattering. Did anyone come by? Someone did. A weird, pale, German-looking guy, shaking like he had Parkinson's or something, and also this? You gave Rita a 20. He paid that much for a glass of water. Can you imagine? Oh, well, keep it for yourself. Consider it your paycheck for today. Sure about that? I'm not, but I want to be kind and leave a good impression, so please don't test me. Well, okay, we're avoiding the taxi. Leaving your personal information in the place where you almost committed a sort of a crime? You said it yourself. You quickly return the bill into your pocket. How far is the nearest metro station? Like half a mile from here, but you don't want to go, man. Trust me, there's nothing to go outside without a boat. Nothing to do outside without a boat. But what if he comes back? You think, involuntarily clenching your jaw. I'm already terribly late, so let me order you a taxi. Do I look like a billionaire? Squeeze your left hand through the wet sleeve of your jacket. I can pay for the ride? Do I look like a charity case? Come on, it's okay. I'm pretty sure I can walk half a mile in any weather. Can you swim half a mile, though? At least take my umbrella. Rita, you know where to return it. You step outside, muttering words of gratitude. A shopkeeper's bell rings a farewell, seeing you off into the concentration camp of late October's rain. Every attempt at drying your clothes is washed away in the first 2 seconds of walking down the street. Rita's umbrella is rendered useless by an especially ferocious gust of wind that turns it inside out. You manage to close it and continue moving towards a seemingly unreachable metro station. The stormwater drainage gives up and you walk ankle deep in rainwater, thinking about throat-tearing cough, a mind-melting fever, never-running nose, and all the other symptoms that certainly await you at home. The strange satisfaction, you look at your sneakers squishing and bubbling with water with every step you take. You walk, counting your steps, swearing profusely, cursing God, clutching the wallet, and glancing enviously at the occasional car moving in the same direction as you. Screw the car, screw the clothes, screw my immune system. The only thing that matters is a 20 grand in that leather wallet. Mercantile? Sure, but the possibility of not living paycheck to paycheck for the next 6, maybe even 9 months, if you keep it frugal, you always keep it frugal, warms you under a frantic storm. From behind a wall of rain, a building with a neon Titanic emerges. Your thoughts immediately jump toward the VIP card, patiently residing in the wallet. Should you? Alright, let's save. Go inside. A padded door is unreasonably difficult to open. The relatively empty casino interior greets you with a wave of warm, subdued lighting. 3 half-drunk, identically shabby men stand around the roulette table, not doing anything but drinking. Behind them, an entrance to the VIP room is guarded by a classically bald, 6-foot-tall, refrigerator-looking goon with an impenetrable face that not even a mother could love. To the right, a weirdly energetic bartender with a devilish spark in his eyes is filling the lime box with freshly cut limes. You shake the umbrella, drawing everyone's attention. Hello? Sit at the bar. Bartender stares at you without blinking. Vodka with lime. Just a sec. He tries to find the bottle behind the bar. You lean and clear your throat and say, do you have a mini USB cable by any chance? What? Nothing. Pours you a shot and rubs his goatee. He also has no legs. Appears as though he desperately wants to say something, but something inside of him is resisting. The distance of it all is almost making him collapse, so you decide to take the initiative inside. Like the weather, huh? Someone was killed a couple of blocks from here, like half an hour ago. What? Take a shot. The warmth spreads down your esophagus, reaches the stomach lining, and makes you clench your left hand into a fist to offset the cutting, pre-ulcerative pain. Cops come by, asked some vague questions, and our boss went to the situation to testify to some stuff. Can you believe it? Your shaking hand drops a 20 on the bar. Another shot, please? Sure thing. This time he also pours one for himself. You raise your shots in silence. You reach into your pocket for a pack of semi-dry house cigarettes. It takes 5 tries to light one. Bartender slides you an ashtray. Your stomach pain eases, or maybe it's the vodka numbing your pain receptors into submission? What brings you here, by the way? Me? I'm a delivery guy, man. I deliver vacuums and stuff. Listen, pour us another one. I do need it. It's been a while since... Achoo. Are you contagious? No, it's just the hypothermia thing. I'm as wet as a dog. Well, okay. With a swift motion, he offers you a napkin. You blow 1.5 pounds of yellowish snot into it. They said the victim was Asian. A hate crime or something? I don't know. We have an Asian working here, a Japanese fellow, Koji. Cheers. You down another shot with the bartender. His cheeks gain a bit of color. His eyes cloud over with nostalgia. He leans over and whispers, "That's Koji. He's like a half-legal bookie or something. Well, it's a casino. Everything here is half legal. You think he's the one killed?" Nah, it can't be. Simply can't. He wasn't here today. That's creepy. All that stuff is, like, you know. Yeah, I know. I need to stay here the rest of my shift. Why? What's the point? There's barely 5 people in the whole casino. Don't they drink? Oh, they do, but they never tip. Screw them, then. Yeah, screw them. Bartender runs his finger through the hair on his neck. You here to play roulette or something? Nah, I'm here because I've got no choice. Missed every tram and my phone is dead, so I can't order a taxi. Order you a taxi if you want. We will drop another save. Nice, Young. Check out the VIP room. Yeah, man, I've got one more thing to do here. Jump off the chair, give the bartender a creepy-ish smile, and stagger drunkenly to the VIP room entrance. 6-foot, tuxedo-clad goon stops you dead in your tracks. Contemptuously, it looks at you and says one simple, "No." Wait a sec. You fish out your brand new wallet, pull the VIP card, and show it to the bouncer. He squints and grabs it by the edge with a clear intention to take it from you. Push his chest into a veil and forcefully twist the card out of his grip with an apologetic war. And a friendly bouncer, clearly touched by your eloquence, stomps his cast iron knuckle into your grinning face. Smack. Roddy flies 50 feet through the casino floor, at least it felt that way, before it gets stopped by an empty table. Empty glass presses into your backside. You wipe the blood off the edge of your mouth and run your tongue through your teeth. Luckily, you still have a full set. Time to go berserk on this sissy little... Suddenly, the gravity stops working as intended, and you find yourself helplessly suspended by a silent and decisive force. You raise your hands to defend yourself, but there's no subsequent blow. The bouncer simply walks to the casino exit, holding you like a trash bag that's leaking some unknown fluid. Bartender looks at you with admiration. You try to cheer the bouncer up with, "Come on, you," and "Who's this man?" till he throws you into the nearest puddle by the door. But later, trying to light a thoroughly soaked cigarette. Finally, you succeed. The busy clouds rustle in front of your eyes, showing you occasional glimpses of a starless night sky. Feels so good to be alive. Ouch. Some trenchcoat-wearing jerk stumbles over you. "I'm so sorry." Don't even acknowledge the man. You just keep laying in the puddle as the steps rhythmically move away until they disappear and you find yourself dangerously close to hypothermia. You should definitely scrape your body off the sidewalk and throw it into the 10-minute jog to the metro, 10 stations to the south, 3 bus stops, and 5 flights of stairs until you reach the door of your apartment, but gotta smoke just one more cigarette. You made it home. You arrive home too late, shake off your wet clothes, crawl into the shower, and fall asleep inside the cabin. You wake up stiff as a corpse, touch your seriously swollen jaw, and the memories of the last night radiate outward from the bouncer's blow. Some night? Well, at least You rush to the damp body of a wallet waiting for you on the floor. You open and count the money. You're so happy you would cry if you weren't that dehydrated. Watch the first droplets of what is going to be another devastating storm as you smoke your 3rd cigarette with a cup of coffee. You think to yourself, oh yeah, I can do that. Tomorrow I'm gonna quit my job. Thank you for playing. So, that was that, but... let the taxi drive you home. For real, man, you're a lifesaver. Is there an options? No, okay. It's nothing. He waves you away with a smile and calls the taxi company. You slide your fingers down the Hans's wall and fish out the 100 marks. Alright, let's drink another one. Last one. Last bottle. One shot will suffice. Bartender's eyes widen as he looks at what is probably the biggest pile of tips he's ever seen. Puts on the professional face and quickly hides them under the bar. You down your last shot, slide off the chair, and drunkenly and sloshingly make your way to a taxi outside without saying goodbye. Okay. Is this just the same thing? Yeah, okay, it's just the same one. So what if... No. I want to load this one. Walk directly to the station. Alright. After only a few minutes of walking in the mockingly weakening rain, you arrive at the entrance to the metro. Near the station, there's nobody in sight, not even any cars except for a single police vehicle quietly corroding through the cracks in its paint. Without paying any attention to this little detail, you push the car doors open. And find yourself under the gaze of an entire police station. Well, it's only 3 cops, but they do look intimidating. Ugh, you mutter under your breath. You feel a bead of sweat forming on your forehead as you try to walk as innocently as possible towards the subway booth, praying silently that you won't attract any more attention from these cops. Prayer goes unanswered. Excuse me, sir, wait a second. Can I see your ID, please? You freeze. Policeman looks at your face as it drains the color with a hint of disbelief. Blood loudly pumps inside your temples. How can I not look guilty? You ask yourself if you pull out a fat wallet from the pocket of your jeans. Wrong wallet. Your hands shake. Try to force the wallet back into the pocket of your jeans, but for some reason, it just wouldn't fit. Whatever. Pull out your real wallet from the inside pocket of your jacket. Thud. Hans's wallet falls to the ground. You rush to take it, but the cop is faster than you. He grabs it right before you can, stands up, opens it, and his eyes widen at the load of cash lining the leathery insides. Pulls out a security pass, compares a photo of Hans with your shivering face, and says dryly, "Where did you get that?" Second cop approaches you and casually unholsters his gun. He doesn't point it at you, he just makes sure you're aware that he has it. You chuckle nervously. Hans Luge? No, listen, I'm not the owner of this wallet. Is it just stuck? Yes. So how did it come into your possession then? I found it? Back him up, Jim. What about... You didn't make it home. Well, it's not even worth an achievement. Boring. Is there... VIP... Yeah, okay, so that's just that. So if I... Let's fast forward to the first choice. I'd like to go for a swim. Sorry, Rita. I don't like taking on more responsibility than absolutely necessary. How far is the metro? About half a mile. Did you finish your coffee? Yeah? Then give me $2.50 and let's go. We're heading in the same direction. Nice. Your slim wallet coughs up the last 3 marks. Rita hands you back 50 pfennigs. Just enough to buy 1 metro ticket. Slip your almost dry feet into the cold, slurping sneakers. Disgusting. With an unveiled revulsion, you push your hands through the cold insides of your wet jacket. Rita smiles sympathetically and takes an umbrella from behind the counter. Rain seems to have known about your plans to leave the coffee shop because it pours harder than ever, almost turning into a waterfall. Rita pulls the door and runs outside, simultaneously opening her umbrella. Fortunately, the umbrella proves ineffective against the horizontal rain, and she immediately catches a fistful of water with her face. She curses silently and offers you a spot under the umbrella, but you make a vague gesture with your hand signaling your indifference to being 5% less wet. The third attempt at conversation between you was disrupted by yet another especially ferocious wave of rainfall. Both of you sink into despair and quietly trudge along the streams of precipitation. Rita is visibly angry. You feel nothing but numbness of joints and a strong desire to pee. Finally, a building with a neon site Titanic emerges through the wall of rain. Rita yells something that could be interpreted as, this is awful, let's go inside. Considering the distance you've already covered, the metro station shouldn't be that far. Alright. This is another... keep walking to the station. You smile at Rita, give her a slap, more like a slurp on the shoulder. Continue walking toward the station. Okay, there's no police here this time. Rain gradually transforms into a solid wall of water, causing you to lean forward to pant and to curse. You inch towards the carved doors of the metro stations. Your breathing becomes more arrhythmic, and your thoughts more scattered. Finally, you push through the wall, Finally, you push through into the empty hall with a marble floor and partially faded mosaic on the wall depicting a man shearing a sheep. Below the mosaic is a subway booth. You approach it almost skipping in the smile of the scrawniest gray-faced clerk in the city. 1 token, please. You say as you pull out your wallet and shake a single 50 pfennig coin out of it. It's 65 pfennigs. Lifts the clerk. He then sneezes and trumpetly snorts into the rigged napkin. Since when? Fare was raised yesterday. But I only have 50. The rain is devastating. I need to get home, please. 65. I would let you in if it was up to me, but it was my personal metro station. But unfortunately for you and me, the city owns the whole metro and the city sets the fares. This man, cut me some slack. There's nobody here besides you and me. You can let me through without anyone even noticing. Don't play that game with me, young man, or I'll call the police. I will. Let's say today if I let you in for 50. Tomorrow somebody comes in and says he only has 40. Well, I let him in too, and then what? Every bum in the city gets a ferry ride? You realize what that would mean for the whole... Look at the dim lights reflecting in the eyes of the clerk with desperation. He continues to wash you over with the waves of monotone bureaucratic babble. Ouch. Your hand spasmodically clenches into a fist. Screw him. If the petty moral doesn't want my money, that means a free ride for me. Silently, you turn around and walk toward the turnstiles without interrupting a never-ending rant. Placing your hands on them, you prepare to cross this whole neighborhood out of your memory. One swift jump, but a gnarled hand with the yellowish nails falls on your shoulder. Sir, did you put the token in? An old voice behind your back inquires mockingly. Did I miss him? Yes, I did. However, it kind of... You move swiftly, hoping to shake the hand off, but the grip only tightens, sinking under your collarbone with unexpected power. It really hurts. Young man, don't take me for a fool. I get it, let me go. Devastated and broken, you stumble back into the street and place a cigarette between your lips. Immediately gets yanked out by the wind, proceeds to play with it for a solid 5 seconds before dumping it into a nearby puddle. Pride drives by, splashes you with a waterfall of dirty water. What have I done to deserve it? Realize how silly you must look with your hands raised to the sky awkwardly put them back in your pockets. You slouch and walk against the wind, heading to nowhere in particular. Why is it always against the wind? To the metro station I go against the wind. From the station I also go against the wind. What's wrong with you, wind? Why are you screwing with me? Just like the stupid clerk. That virgin-looking mumbler yapping and lisping with the cock of his mouth. I need to gouge his beady eyes out with bite his wrinkled nose off just to make him swallow his own snot along with the streams of blood and crush his skull into red paste. The gargantua barbecue him. The third whale so his corpse gets evaporated into a cloud of crispy dust with an oncoming train. Also the clientele management. Why did they allow him to not pay the delivery fee and the merchandise is expected? Still delivered it all the same, but it's this manufacturer's script, not my... warehouse along with every item on it. I would die in that fire too, reincarnate with a tsunami of shit and piss and crush and sink this whole city. Wait, where am I? Suddenly find yourself near the red brick worn out alleyway. Deep down this alley, the rain washes the back of a man in a trench coat. I'll ask him how to get to anywhere from here. As soon as you approach the man, you realize that he's not alone. In front of him, a scared Asian man in a striped tuxedo squeezes into a wall. It should concern you, but the steam engine of hatred propels you forward. I don't want to do it either, but if I don't, they'll kill me. Asian man notices you and opens his mouth wide, extending his arm towards you. Through the sheets of rain, you still spot a glimpse of animalistic fear in his eyes and stop dead in your tracks. Flash blazes softly, illuminating every wet surface in the alleyway. Sound of a shot ricochets off a myriad of raindrops and pierces you. Your stomach lurches up to your throat. Asian man looks at his killer with a genuine surprise and lowers his arms. Scream involuntarily. Trenchcoat stranger turns towards you, his lips moving but you can't hear any words. Another flash blinds you. Something warm is seeping into your chest. The wet asphalt crashes into your face with the whole devastating mass of its shining roughness. Why is my shirt so sticky? See an Asian man laying in front of you, breathing hoarsely, holding on to life. And then the calmness as black as the starless night collapses upon you. You didn't make it home. Alright, so... that was all if I didn't go with Rita. Go inside the Titanic with Rita. Padded door is unreasonably difficult to open. The relatively empty casino interior greets you with a wave of warm and subdued lighting. A wave of warm, subdued lighting. Blah, blah, blah. Rita loudly whispers all kinds of curses as she shakes the umbrella, drawing everyone's attention. 3 half-drunk, shabby men stand around the roulette table, not doing anything but drinking. Behind them, an entrance to the VIP room is guarded by a classically bald, 6-foot-tall, refrigerated-looking goon with an impenetrable face that not even a mother could love. To the right, a weirdly energetic bartender with a devilish spark in his eye is filling the lime box with freshly cut limes. Across from him, a somewhat Asian girl your age with wet blonde hair covering her shoulders sits at the bar. She raises her glass as she notices you two. Rita promptly walks up to the bar. You trudge along indecisively. Why? Well, what else is there to do? Rita! Well, girl, when did you get this drunk? And where's Kochi? I don't know. Why do you want to see my father? You know, a silver fox is still a fox. You don't know. Take a lap. Think about your behavior. Relax. I'm just agreeing with you. Unless... Rita! Who's this white rat next to you? My name is Rini. Nice to meet you. I'm not a rat. I'm a nutria. I'm Tara. Let's do shots. Every whim for your money. I'm a bit broke today. He's a delivery person. Ah, the most persecuted minority. Okay, I'll bankroll you. I don't like feeling like an alcoholic. What about me? You're on duty. Come on. I'm a firefighter. The 3 of you have vodka shots. The warmth is spreading through your body and you realize just how cold you really are. Nice weather, huh? Tara, here's your key. I gotta go. I just realized I didn't close the coffee shop. Thank you, darling. Rini, see you around. Silently, you raise 2 fingers. More vodka? Yeah, sure. What's the occasion? End of my relationship. We broke up. I'll be honest, I got dumped. Oh well, cheers. She downs another one. You keep up. Victor, why are you bothering with shots at this point? Just give us the bottle. But Koji said. Victor, darling, Koji's not here, so don't screw with me on his behalf. Hey, manners. Cheers, Rennie. Come on, to ward off the cold. Oh, man. So how long have you and Rita known each other? I don't really know her. I just walked in the flat and... Well, man. Tara touches your jacket and immediately pulls her hand away. You're like soaked. Oh shit, Sherlock. Come on, I'm still like... Slides out the bar stool and grabs your shoulder. Let's go to my Rita's place. You need to dry your clothes. It's just across the street. Come on. Come on. I'm not inviting you over this. Fuck. My heart is all sorts of broken. Jeez. Men. I'm a nutria. So sorry, darling. I forgot. But she's crazy. Let's save. go to Tara's place. Because going to the metro is just gonna be the same issue, right? I need to get home. Alright, I'll go with you. Hell yeah, Victor, can we have our vodka to go? Bartender rolls his eyes and smiles as Tara grabs first the bottle and then you and pushes the door open. Together you step into the creaky corridor with washed out wallpaper. Welcome to my and Rita's humble abode. This is a bloody mansion! Oh, I know. 55 square feet with a dryer and dishwasher for only 150 marks a month. 150? Gals have got it way too good. I paid 400 for my awful place. My shithole. I don't even have a dishwasher. I know. Just know a guy who knows. Well, my father. I get in the shower. I'll put the kettle on. Why are you so caring? 'Cause I'm gonna kill you. That's why, total dismemberment and a decapitation. No, dismemberment includes decapitation. The word I'm looking for is disembowelment. Yes. No. Maybe. Whatever. Can you give me a towel? Just use the hand one. Royal blood. That's Sir Royal blood to you. She walks into the kitchen as you hang your waterlogged jacket on a door, leave your shoes under the heater, and walk into the bathroom, clicking on the light switch. A single light bulb illuminates the pink-tiled walls, a ceiling tastefully sprinkled with black mold, and a worn-out violet carpet with a cartoon frog that also hasn't been spared by the passage of time. I feel you, frog. You say wearily as you close the glass door of the shower cabin. The hot water beats the goosebumps out of your skin, flows down to your feet, and restores their sensitivity. Lost in a labyrinth of drunken thoughts, you lose the sense of time. Only when the once hot water turns almost cold, you realize that you've probably overstayed your welcome. On the washing machine, Tara has left a gray towel stained with peroxide, along with a triple XL shirt emblazoned with an Auto Care logo. And socks that are at least 3 sizes too small for you. Put on everything plus your slightly wet boxers and stare into the darkness of the bags under your eyes as you dry your hair, contemplating all the choices that brought you to this moment. As you exit the bathroom, a muffled sobbing from behind the closed kitchen door reaches your ears. Peering down the dark hallway, you can make out the blurry shape of your jeans draped over the heater. They probably are still wet, but at least warm and quasi-wearable. Save it. Let's try and console her. You push open the creaking kitchen door and you see Tara drinking straight from a bottle of vodka. Salty streaks of tears have drawn reddish lines all over her cheeks. Slowly, as if not wanting to draw any attention, you sit beside her and ask, Tara? She puts the bottle on the table and swiftly wipes her face, smearing her mascara all over. Her red eyes find you through a veil of tears and ask, Rennie? Thanks for the t-shirt. What happened? She breaks down into silent sobs. Awkwardly, you embrace her with one hand and sigh heavily as you feel her burning wet face through your t-shirt. My father... He was killed by someone, Rennie. Her halting speech reaches you through the sobs, and the meaning of her words hits you like a ton of bricks. They said I needed to go to the morgue to identify him. He had his wallet on him. An old Asian man in a striped tuxedo. Ugh! She recoils from you and freezes. The only thing you manage to squeeze out of yourself is, I'm sorry. Thanks. She stands up and paces the room. Maybe it wasn't him? Maybe someone stole his wallet? She reaches for the almost empty bottle. An unexpected impulse compels you to grab it before she does and make a big gulp with your eyes closed. Why? Why? She whimpers as she slides down the wall onto the dirty floor near the refrigerator. You walk up and sit beside her. I should go there, shouldn't I? Yes. Is this okay if I just sit here? 5 minutes. Just 5. Tara bursts into tears. Squeeze your shoulder, wishing to shift the pain towards your fingers and help exercise it from her body. Tara. Ready? You need to go. You too! Oh, let me order you a taxi. Come on, you've done more than... Tug on the t-shirt, signaling to her that she's already given enough to a random delivery guy who happened to be her roommate, somehow ended up being beside her during the toughest moment of her life. Don't mention it. It's my ex's. I thought... half an hour ago, I thought it couldn't get any worse. Her raging sobs interrupt her speech. Randy, I have to go. I'm ordering you a taxi. You do not resist. Tara finds her phone and orders you a ride on to the Zampano 12. Anchor into the emptiness of her loss. She smiles a pale smile and asks for a cigarette. Smoke in silence, waiting for the car to arrive. Express your gratitude again. She flicks off the words along with the cigarette dust, clenches her jaw, and stops crying. You hastily get dressed and go downstairs together with Tara. The clouds have cleared, revealing a starless night sky. She hugs you goodbye. Be strong. Were the last words of platitude you tell her before crawling to the vomit-smelling insides of the taxi. You arrive home too late, shaking the wet clothes off, and sit on your bed for 40 minutes, replaying in your mind what happened in that faraway kitchen. Poor girl. You don't notice how quickly you fall asleep. The first rays of morning sunshine crawl across your face, almost waking you up. Luckily, they get blocked by the heavy clouds of an oncoming storm. 6:40 on your only day off. You keep sleeping. Well, that was that one. What if I leave without drawing attention? Quickly and silently pull on your warm jeans, get some water. Hop inside your quasi-dry sneakers and put on your heartbreakingly wet jacket. You say something resembling a goodbye and run outside. You don't answer for anybody's mental condition. I'm my own person. People cannot save each other, and from every situation, you ultimately get out yourself. This chain of thoughts flies through your brain in quick succession as you run down the flight after flight of stairs. Too late, a storm dialed back to a regular rain. A couple blocks down, police lights throw blue reflections all over the neighborhood. Someone get killed or something? Nah, there'd be an ambulance if that was the case. You lower your hood, turn towards the metro station, and walk right into a pale man wearing a a soaked wet white trench coat. Hey, kid. Hey, hello? You half-state, half-asked cautiously. An awful nice jacket you've got there. Perchance you want to trade it for my trench? I'm sorry? A barter, you know? Are you kidding me? Dead serious, kid. I love the jacket. Can even give you some money on top. How about 100 marks? Man pulled out 100 and your field of vision instantly narrowed into a tunnel. Your mind blocked out everything on the periphery, focusing only on the shining bill like a guiding star. May have even drooled a bit, but you were in no state to notice that. Of course, sure, I mean, why not? Hastily pull up your wet jacket and grab the treasured banknote. A man smiles and hands you his extremely soaked trench coat. What the heck is going on here? The normal questions like, why would he do that? Is he a criminal on the run? Were dismissed by pure unadulterated greed, and you head toward the metro with the stride of a man unburdened by earthly problems. By the entrance to the metro station, a young policeman, deriving a great deal of pleasure from an unfiltered cigarette, raises his rapidly widening eyes at you and distorts his face with a grimace that you've never been greeted with before. Cautiously slow your pace. He unholsters his gun and points it straight at you. What? You're ID, please? Yells with genuine fear. Reach inside your inner pocket for the wallet as your face is illuminated by 2 consecutive flashes. Sound of shots trembled through your eardrums, leaving nothing but a high-pitched ringing behind. Some weakness in your limbs makes you stagger, but your hand keeps fishing for the wallet. 2 more shots pierce right through her and stop somewhere inside your rib cage. Oh. You awkwardly fall down the sidewalk, still trying to find the bloody wallet. Must have left it in my old jacket. You think before fading to black. It's him! I swear, it is! Sarge, why would you think that... He's blonde, definitely not over 40. What have I done? I killed him! Listen, he's still breathing, don't panic. The ambulance is like 2 blocks away, so we might still pull through. You haven't killed him yet. So far, you've only made a bunch of holes in him. This is not a joke. Well, who is laughing? He didn't make it home. I think... that was... If I continue to the metro station... Nutria, I'm not afraid of water. It's getting late, I got a motor. How long is it to the station from here? Like 5 minutes max. Let's drink one more for the road. Filled with the jolly calories of vodka, you bowled outside. The rain is pouring down so hard as if it wants to knock you down, but nothing can stop the real gangster. In less than a minute, you cover this pesky distance between you and the metro. Near the station, there's nobody in sight, not even any cars except for the single police vehicle quietly corroding through the cracks in its paint. Without paying any attention to this detail, you push the car doors open. Find yourself under the gaze of an entire police station. Well, only 3 cops really, but not that intimidating to be honest. Smile the biggest smile of your life and walk towards the subway booth, praying they won't find a reason to screw with you. Prayer works and you reach the scrawniest, gray-faced clerk in the city. 1 token, please? You pay. He says you pull out your wallet and shake a single 50 pfennig coin out of it. It's 65 pfennigs. Lists the clerk. He then sneezes and trumpetly snorts into the rigid napkin. Since when? Fare was raised yesterday. What a pity. I've only got 50. I've only got a 50. Come on, man. Let me in. There's a bloody waterfall outside. 65. I would let you in if it were up to me. If it was my personal metro station. But unfortunately for you and for me, the city owns the whole metro and the city sets the fares. Oh, why don't you shut your ugly trap, you slimy room? Don't you be rude to me. A young man, or I'll tell the policeman over there to take you away. I will! Think you're so tough. I've seen tougher. Oh, young man, you have no idea what kind of trouble you've gotten yourself. You look at the dim lights reflecting in the eyes of the clerk with disgust. He seems to have gone so overstimulated that he physically cannot stop yapping. With an innocuous smile, you turn around and walk towards the turnstiles without interrupting never-ending squeals. Placing your hands on them, you prepare to cross this whole neighborhood out of your memory with one swift jump, but a gnarled hand with yellowish nails falls on your shoulder. Sir, did you put the token in? Asks an old, trembling voice behind your back. How did I miss him? Yes, I did. However, it didn't come through. Would you mind checking your asshole for it? You push yourself off the ground, hoping to fly above the turnstile, away from the clutch of the security guard. Another meteor hand falls on your other shoulder, stomping you back into the marble of the floor. Listen, kid. Turn around, the excess adrenaline mixed with vodka short-circuits your brain and you deliver a devastating kick right between the legs of... Police. Officer. Needless to say, you didn't make it home. Okay, so I decided I would just look up on the Steam guides for the rest of the endings that I need. So let's go inside the Titanic. And... check. Sit at the bar. Let the taxi drive. You home. Didn't I do this? Or did I just not finish it? Hello again. That's your wallet. You have a death wish. Okay. You left your wallet in the coffee shop. You started wriggling in the backseat, trying to pull his wallet out of your jeans. Hands cocks the trigger and presses the barrel against your forehead. You have a death wish, kid. I just want to show you the wallet. You youngsters, you know I could have shot you. Right? Show me the wallet, but do it slowly. You exhale a wave of fumes of sour, half-digested alcohol. Please don't breathe in my direction ever again. What did you drink? Vodka? That tracks. Finally, you manage to pry the wallet from your pocket and drop its wet, leathery body in the cup holder. Hans weighs it in his hand. Incredulously, a lopsided smile creases his face. Yeah, that's not luck, that's destiny. Hans starts the engine. Sorry, kid, but you might have to make a detour on your way home. Fortunately for you, I have a flight to catch. But could have been so much worse. I could have killed you. Okay, I wouldn't have killed you, see? They made me. Let's skip the details. It is what it is, and you're a part of it, one or not. That's destiny. You swallow a hefty gulp of acidic saliva and dissociate to the sound of the rain. Your heart feels like it's about to burst out of your rib cage, but the rest of you is strangely calm. For 5 minutes of what feels like the slowest ride of your life, the headlights reveal the silhouettes of a couple of police officers waving for Hans to stop. Hans meets your eyes in the rear-view mirror and frowns. Buckle up, kid. What? Hans convulsively shifts the gearbox and floors it. 50 to 60 presses you into the seat. You grab onto the seatbelt buckle and in 1.5 milliseconds of clarity, fasten the belt with a satisfying click. You look at your shoes as the speed of the vehicle enters the 3-digit territory. You raise your eyes to the window and see a brick wall. Holy moly, kid! Yells Hans as he frantically turns the steering wheel. Car drifts across the wet asphalt. Taxi slams into the wall sideways, releasing a cloud of brick dust that is immediately washed away by the rain. The left side of the vehicle rises into the air, freezes for a second, then succumbs to gravity with a plaintive rattle of transmission. Seatbelt digs into your ribcage and you taste metal. Hans looks at you worriedly, clicks his tongue and runs into the night without closing the door. He winces as the rain-filled wind blows into the salon. The yellow glares of the streetlights crawls indifferently across your face, refracting for 1,000 times inside the rain pouring down the cracked passenger window that you rest your head on. Rearview mirror gasps its last breath, ponders its situation for a moment, and falls to the floor. The heck is that? What? What? Alright. So that was that. Apparently I needed to just keep going. It was fine. Alright, so let's go in. Let's go right to the VIP room. Give in to your curiosity and slosh to the entrance in your wet sneakers. The goon in the tuxedo stops you with a soft yet decisive move. He looks at you disinterestedly and says one simple, no. Pull out the wallet and show the bouncer your newly acquired VIP card. He squints and rips it out of your hand, then thoroughly inspects it as if it was some sort of an extraterrestrial artifact. Wait a second, sir. Darkness of the VIP room swallows him in a matter of moments, leaving you alone to shift your weight from one foot to the other under the gaze of everyone in the casino. Suddenly you feel a gust of wind, the kind that only you seem to notice. It pierces you right through, sending the waves of goosebumps across the body. Everything inside you feels suspended on some tiny invisible strings, and the only thought your brain can muster is, run. Why? You spot 3 silhouettes approaching from the darkness of the room. The urge to flee to the metro, to the police, to get rid of the wallet, to cry for help, to flow down the drain along with everything the rain has poured overwhelms you, but you just take a deep breath and remain firmly rooted in place. Bouncer places his excavator bucket of a hand on your shoulder. On each side of him, two identically unpleasant men grow out of the ground and into tuxedos 3 sizes bigger than they are. They greet you in unison with carnivorous smiles and you stutter, "You know, I've just got the call and..." "They're coming with us." "I'm coming with you." "Thanks for being sensible." And you walk beside them through the hall. Past the velvet couches with cheap cup holders and bronze tacky ashtrays. Across the room with an infuriatingly obnoxious carpet. Past the frozen in space waiter and the allergically snorting blackjack dealer. Through a technical corridor with crumbling walls and wires and dangling dangerously low. Into the small, cozy room with a black and white TV with nothing on. A small refrigerator adorned with a single magnet from Sweden. A glass table with coffee stains. A coffee maker with a mold-ridden pot and a pack of instant coffee beside it. A tiled floor that hasn't met a broom in a while. A leather couch with cigarette burns. And 3 eclectically draped chairs. With a man, an old man, sitting in one of them who raises the aquariums of his thick glasses to you and softly whispers, "Buck him up, Anton." A skillful blow to the cheekbone sends you crashing into the couch. Hi. Black spots mockingly dance in front of your eyes as you turn your stiff neck towards the old man. A dry, contemptuous expression creases his face. "What do you think?" "Young man, be silent." "What?" Anton empties his pockets. Anton pats you down and finds your dead cell phone, a damp pack of house blues, your slim wallet, and Hans's leathery brick of money. The old man takes it and turns the thick wallet around with a certain degree of bafflement glimmering in his glasses. He opens it, runs his fingers through the cash, pulls out a security pass, and holds it closely to his face for an uncomfortable amount of time, and finally says, "The young man's loaded." "It's not mine." "Now don't be shy. Did Toivo send you?" "He did, didn't he? But why? For what reason?" "What?" "Hans, listen. Your old friend has already shot my bookie. You are too late." "Well, maybe you're too early. What the hell do I know about Toivo's operations? But despite everything, I, Andreas Fink, give you my word that we will let you go if you tell us what your goal is." "I'm not Hans." "Please don't interrupt, and we'll even let you have your money too. Just tell us the name of..." "I'm Rinny." "Anton, do you feel as if our companion doesn't show us proper respect?" Anton ruminates for a solid minute. His irises bounce off the corners of his eyes as the gears of his thoughts slowly turn inside his skull. Upon realizing the implication of his boss's question, he patternly squeezes your shoulder and nearly blows the stuffing out of your head with his monstrous fist. You spread thinly across the couch. You feel nothing but numbness in the place where your head should be and a vomit boiling somewhere on the outskirts of your digestive system. "Hans, it is in your best interest to not lose the thread of this conversation." "I'm not..." A wave of panic burns through every available instrument of reason. You lift the concrete slab of the back of your hand off the couch and stare into the thick, pitiless glasses across the glass table. "Hans, I beg you, do not stall. I believe you have something better to do other than getting the shit beat out of you." Alright. Let's save it here. And we'll tell him the truth. "Andreas, listen, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not Hans. I'm Rinny, a very insignificant delivery guy in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong wallet. I don't know anything about anybody." Heavy smack from Anton interrupts your rant. It feels like he drove a spark from the back of your head. You burp apologetically. Wow, that's actually a well-timed burp for me. Like, okay, throat. The old man scowls. "I get it." "Thank God." "Who am I kidding? I don't get any of it. Anton, do you understand anything?" Anton shrugs. "Let me make it easier on you, young man. Simple questions. Monosyllabic answers. Your VIP pass is obviously fake. Where did you get it? Rather, who did you get it from?" I kind of stole along with a wallet from a strange trenchcoat wearing crowd in the flat coffee shop." "Referring to this wallet over here?" "Yes, look at the security pass again. It's his face in the photo, not mine." "Anton, confirm?" He hands the pass to the goon and realization hits you like a brass knuckle. He's blind as a bat. Anton thoroughly examines the photo of the past and grunts. Yes, not him. This Hans. He's way older and he looks more German. Great, so let me get this straight. You've met a mysterious stranger, stole his hefty wallet, and why the hell did you come here? Well, I didn't really steal it as much as I didn't return it to the owner. I've never been to a VIP room in the casino. I was curious. The old man lets out a delighted cackle. Anton smiles. Probably. Curiosity killed a cat. Ever heard this one? I suppose. Young man, what's your real name? I know you've already said it. I just didn't take it seriously. Rennie? Rennie? What else can you tell me about the Hans fellow? Well, he had a white trench coat on and very scary blue eyes that were kind of looking straight into my soul. He was also shaky, like he had a real tremor or Parkinson type, I'd say. He only ordered water and immediately left. He even forgot his wallet. He left immediately in this weather. Yeah, he was quite peculiar. When this encounter happened, as precisely as you can, please. About an hour ago? Twins, hey, have you heard the man? You've already forgotten that about their silent presence. Were they not breathing the entire time they stood behind your back? They nod solemnly and disappear as you stare into Andreas's nose bridge. He mellows into a sincere smile. Rennie, you have no idea how much you helped us. Ugh. Even though it was unintentional. Unfortunately, you cannot keep your recently acquired wallet, but... Pulls out half of the cash from the wallet and extends his hands to you. God, it must be like $5,000. You smile incredulously, take the money and stuff it in your wallet that you pick up from the glass table along with the cell phone and keys. Now how about a cocktail in the house and a taxi home? You know, as an apology for the bruises. Whoa. Thank you, but can I skip the cocktail? That's what you would say if your throat wasn't constricted by a cold, steely thread. You compulsively grasp at it, trying to pry it away for just one more breath, but you only cut your fingers. You raise your hands higher and find the tense hands of Anton. You cling to his tuxedo with your weakening fingers, trying to negotiate just one more breath. Just one more. Anton tightens his grip and you feel the stream of blood running down your shirt onto the leather couch and then onto the unwashed tiles of the floor, down into the basement and into the cold, cold earth. Just one more breath, please, into the starless night that's being guarded by nothing but the heartfelt smile of a man in thick glasses. Soon it also dissipates, leaving you alone in the dark. Didn't make it home. Alright. Now if we do that, but beg for mercy. Your eyes fill up with unwanted tears. You try to find a spark of compassion in Andreas's glasses. However, the only thing you see are his fingers impatiently tapping on his knee, waiting for an answer. Please, I beg you, I didn't do anything. I'm here, and I didn't know how. And I don't want to die. Oh, God, Anton, shut this wimp up. No, wait. Obviously, Anton ignores your request, and a crushing liver shot makes you see the world through a red lens of burning, mind-numbing pain. You sniffle miserably. Listen, young man, Hans, Rennie, whatever your name is, you start to get on my nerves. Ugh. Sharp pain impedes your ability to formulate thoughts. Just tell me, what are we doing in my casino with a fake VIP card and a stack of money 10 minutes from the killing my bookie? I took the pass along with the wallet from a German man in a gray trench coat. Anton looks at you, then at his boss with a silent question in his eyes. The old man irritably waves his hand at him. Go on, please. At the coffee shop. Hour ago. Oh, Jesus Christ, it hurts. Rip a sour smell of rotten innards. Anton winces. Twins, have you heard him? You've already forgotten about their silent presence. Were they not breathing the entire time they stood behind you? They nod solemnly and disappear as you exude a mousy squeal and stare into Andreas's notebooks. He pauses and tells you, so that's it, huh? Why have you decided to come here of all places? Curiosity? Andreas exhales disappointedly and rubs his temples. Have you found any weapons on him? No, boss. He is involved. He's just, I don't know. And the important thing is, I don't really want to. Well, in that case, we probably shouldn't dispose of him, especially with all these police crawling through the neighborhood. Think so, boss? Rennie, seems as though the circumstances are working in your favor. Anton, please. We still kind of to get this young man out of here. Meaning physically, just get him off the casino's premises. I don't care what happens next. My wallet stays here while Hans' wallet. You can take yours. Hurriedly collect all of your belongings from the table. And one more thing, forget about us, because we will remember you. Rush of goosebumps runs through your body as Anton drags you off the couch and out into the web of corridors. You walk through them with a deep sadness from the loss of 20 grand. That's too big of an amount to lose in one day. Finally, you see an exit sign and feel a sight relief from the fact that whatever this thing was, it is finally over. A loud bang behind your back causes your head to twitch limply as your body crumples onto the ground. Last thing you see is the scarlet stream merrily running across the bumps in the concrete. There's a lot of bad ends, man. Okay, I need to check. Okay, I'm just missing that achievement. Okay. Okay, let's hit start. Fast forward. Stay. Keep the wallet. Prove your nobility. Wait. Prove your nobility. Be a man and play coy a bit before giving her your address. You know I can't give you my address. Rennie, relax. I'm not gonna bust through your door in the middle of the night with a guitar string in one hand and a bottle of lube in the other. I just want to help you. But why? For being this karmic payback of my life, obviously. He sneezed furiously. I'll give you my address on one condition. You give me your phone number. You know, to learn about the fate of this wallet later, of course. Of course. She gives you a half-ironic smile and scribbles her numbers on the napkin. Live at 12 Zampana Street, apartment... Well, you really think the taxi's gonna drive you straight to your door? I don't know how tiny this taxi is. Okay, I'll ask the driver the dimensions. She pulls out her phone to finally order a ride. You shift your weight inside your wet shoes and think about the damp mess of today's event. Why was that man, that Hans, so suspicious? Who the hell carries 20 grand in cash in his wallet? What's wrong with your bladder, actually? It's about to blow up. You zip to the bathroom with a grimace that one shouldn't try at home. 3 minutes later, you casually walk out, drying your hands on your semi-wet jeans. Your carriage awaits you, sir. Thank you, Rita. See you around. You raise 2 fingers to the ceiling and ding a brass bell on your way out. As you step outside, you are met with a fistful of water in your face. A murky taxi driver with a mustache and a post-acne uneven skin doesn't pay any attention to your attempts to find a comfortable sitting position in the back. The headlights, muffled by the rain, only illuminate a meter of the road ahead, sentencing the car to a crawl at about 15 miles per hour. For an eternity of being stuck in low gear, you hear a faint sound of a police siren. An trenchcoat-wearing shape of a person crosses the street mere inches away from the hood of the car. The driver smashes the brakes. I should probably buckle up. Blue reflections of the police lights dance on every surface of the nearby buildings. Through the windshield, you see a silhouette of headlights swerving toward you. Hear the screech of tires. And feel the force pushing you out of the back seat. Your flight is accompanied by the loud crack of either your skull or the windshield, which you effortlessly break through as you fly over the crumpled accordion of the cars. The end point of your trajectory turns out to be a police light that softly sinks into your ribcage. You try to take your last breath, but only manage to gasp for air. You didn't make it home. So I guess there is only like 2 endings that you make it home in. So now, for realsies, that was Man, I Just Want to Go Home. Thank you for watching. Thank you, developer, for the code. If you enjoyed the video, Consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe. Maybe click the bell for notifications. Also, be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out, get notifications there too. Also, consider supporting the channel. Support greatly helps with keeping content like this. And I will keep doing all of it for free. There will not be paywalls for it. It's just a little bonus extra to help out and show support. And yeah, there's channel memberships, PayPal, etc. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, yeah. I'm losing my own thread. Thank you for watching though. Until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!